Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. And today, as you can see, I'm in Leeds. Gives it away because I'm in front of Model Shop Leeds, which is a family-run business for almost 70 years. As a matter of fact, in 2 days' time, they'll be celebrating their 70-year anniversary. So I thought I'd come up and find out how this business has been going for some 70 years and how it actually started all those years ago, and just find out more about the business. Now, I've been using Model Shop Leeds for at least 3 to 4 years, just doing mail orders, getting them slowly over time, and of course they've sponsored a number of my videos as well, and also helped me go to Dubai earlier on this year. So thanks again guys for that. So I'm returning the favour, coming inside now and finding out more about this store, what they've got in stock, and the staff behind the scenes. So let's do it. Hi, good morning.
Welcome to Model Shop Leeds.
Cheers, Tim. How are you doing? Good to meet you.
Good. I'm good. Thank you.
Tim, wow, this is my first time up to Model Shop Leeds, and already I've walked in and my eyes are just looking around at absolutely everything. Got models on the models above, obviously customers in at the moment as well. Lots and lots going on. It's absolutely amazing to see, and it's actually much bigger than I thought it'd be as well. The shop here is absolutely huge.
Yeah, we're certainly from customer facing, we're set over 2 floors.
Yeah.
Upstairs, generally speaking, model boats, a few model aircraft, plastic kits, the new sort of in thing, which is the laser cut wood kit.
Yep.
That's pretty big at the moment. Just a fabulous variety, really, of, you know. Predominantly downstairs tends to be model aircraft and the accessories for such, batteries, model cars, coverings.
So your covering, so all aspects of the hobby are covered, really, aren't they? All
Yes.
aspects of art and also other stuff as well.
Yeah.
And we're going to have a look around the shop very shortly. But I can see radio controlled aircraft in here. I can see a vast selection of, just looking around them now, Tamiya paints and colours there.
Yeah.
Materials behind us. I've seen Permagrit. I've seen transmitters on the left. We've got Futaba, which obviously iFly, Spectrum as well, very popular. Great to see IC engines as well. It's just a vast amount of stuff. So let's have a look around the shop.
Indeed.
Then perhaps we'll talk a bit about the history as how the shop got going, because I know there's a very, very special anniversary coming up in just a few days' time.
There is indeed. Yeah.
So guys, look, just coming into the shop, not only did you get a warm welcome, but you can see just on the right hand side, a lovely display cabinet here. OS engines is what I used to fly back in the day. OS 40, OS 46, Satio. Got different transmitters there. I spotted Cavan there, Tim. I didn't even realise Cavan did transmitters.
Yeah, they do indeed. They do indeed. I think somewhere along the line, the Cavan, they went along with the FR Sky.
Okay, so it's very similar to FR Sky.
It is indeed, and the ones you see, particularly like the V20, the V15, absolutely just arrived a couple of days ago. That's the latest incarnation. The V20 has been out probably about 12 months or so, and basically it's the FR Sky's twin X20 in the Cavan case, which is much. Everybody's different. It's a very tactile thing, the transmitter. People, it comes down to what you feel. Obviously, the functionality. I think, if I remember rightly, it's a 26-channel set, a different case, metal cased, a little bit heavier, a little bit more solid, should I say, feel to it. It feels a really nice transmitter, but ultimately, it's just still using the FR Sky's ethos operators.
I think you're right what you just said there, Tim. I think transmitters are very personal.
It is.
There's a couple of things. It's like the look, the feel, the weight of the transmitter. There's a whole Futaba down here. And also, for me, what I always say on my channel, it's about how familiar are you with the software.
Exactly.
Now, do you get on with the software? Because they've all got software on them nowadays. You know, they've all got mini computers inside them. And it's, do you understand the software? Can you get it to do what you wanted it to do? I was talking to one of your customers earlier on about this, moving from Jetty to possibly Futaba.
Yes, that's right.
And he was just basically saying, my advice to him was, get to learn the software.
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah.
I mean, basically, as we said, the gentleman in question, I've just spoken to him about obviously wanting a replacement for his Jetty because he got to a point where he couldn't sort of live with perhaps the quirks of the software, which weren't for him. And so it was finding a system that perhaps was more intuitive. The problem is, it's very subjective, and people's knowledge of programming things and is everybody's different. And I often think the best way is come in, get hold of the transmitter, see how it feels. If you're happy with how it feels, that's a good start. Whether it feels tactile, whether it feels right, balanced. After that, do the homework. Start to look at, you can go to the websites and stuff. A lot of the manufacturers, you can look particularly in the Cavan. Even if it's not Cavan, you can look at FR Sky as to any quirks or any issues around it, and you can look at how it operates. Same with Futaba, same with the NXs and the IXs from Spectrum. And again, Graupner down at the bottom. That's the other end of the sort of scale. Again, a different approach.
Yeah.
But it's finding out what you think will suit you.
Yeah.
It's one of, I think, shall we say, for someone who comes in, they'll always ask you for advice.
Exactly.
It's probably one of the hardest things there are, because you don't know kind of what they're looking for.
You don't really know where they're coming from.
That's
either.
right.
But I've just pause on a point there, see if I can get back in front of the camera as well, which can be hard to do while holding it. But I think really from my point of view, this is why you need to come to Model Shop Leeds. We've just hit the nail on the head within the first couple of minutes of this video. And this is why I first started working with Model Shop Leeds, or first started buying from Model Shop Leeds like 3 or 4 years ago, is because Model Shop Leeds actually phoned me after placing an order and gave me some advice. Yeah. And that's a bit we're missing from doing lots and lots of online orders. We're missing the aspect of coming in, like we've just done there, 3 or 4 minute chat on advising different types of transmitters through knowledge, through experience, and giving people like the idea, well, what about the software? What about the look and the feel of the transmitter? Have you considered the weight of the transmitter? Yeah. And the ability to actually touch something, hold it, and experience it before you click buy on that website. So I think that's a key point to get across in this video.
Right. I think that this is what you don't get by effectively the online sale. If you know exactly what you want, then that's fine. But if you don't, and you want to know there are any quirks, and I also think, particularly in what will be a relatively high value item, that you're going to go out and spend what's a significant amount of money. Yeah. You want to make sure you've spent that money on the correct method, so you can actually pick the thing up, kind of play around with it and think, this isn't what I thought it was, or actually, I like this.
And transmitter is definitely one of those key elements you want to go and touch and feel and experience. And definitely for me, it's always about software. But we could talk about transmitters all day, but I'm keen, I'm sure everybody else is to Carol have a look around and move on, but let's do that. Because the other thing that grabs my eye, let's just straighten this up. When I first come in, the other thing that grabs my eye when I first come into the store is all these great planes hanging up. And you definitely get the wow factor when you walk in here. Yeah. I'm just going to take the camera around so people can see. Got different models hanging up, got free braided props up there. Just accessories at the back, different glues, super glues. Got the counter along the front here, panning around to the right. I'm probably missing out so much stuff, but you guys can see when you're watching this video, all sorts of things. That Tamiya truck in the background caught my eye. That's another item on my very long wish list. That I think it's and a very large tank I'm talking about today. I'm going to walk through here, Tim, if that's okay. Yeah. Because this is the other half of the shop. And there's Will in the background. Hi Will, how are you doing today?
Oh yeah, thanks, you.
Yeah, very well, thank you. So it's Will that I often work with when I phone up and have a chat, but it's Will, as you guys know, who has sent me a bunch of different kits over the years, from the Robbie Air Trainer, link down below for that, to the Cavan Vibe biplane, which I absolutely love. The Air Trainer got really good feedback as well, and other bits and pieces as well. Also supplied all equipment for my Summit 3, which I'm about to get back to. But just everywhere, there's kits and product everywhere. So talking about product, how many SKUs do you estimate that we have at the moment? I've had a couple of different numbers today. You have.
In fact, we're in the right place to discuss that. So the man to speak to about that would be Will.
How many products do you keep in stock, Will?
Right now, 19,342.
So guys, I'm not sure if you heard that because Will hasn't got a mic on, but 19,342 products are available from Model Shop Leeds.
In the shop, and some things aren't stock controlled.
Yeah.
It's mostly, and then
do you know out of the 19,000 what's actually available in stock?
That's it.
Oh, that's the stock number.
Available products on the website's 88,000.
Wow.
Obscure spare parts that you're not going to sell every time, but we can get them for people so they need it.
Okay guys, so I'm not sure if you heard that, but there's 88,000 products available to choose from. There's 88,000 on the website, and there's actually over 19,000 products in stock, which is just absolutely crazy. Now I've had a little look around behind the scenes, and every single corner of this premise has stock in it and some, and trust me, this shop is like a TARDIS. It's absolutely huge. So if you're local, even if you're not local, come up and have a trip and check it out, because I'm sure you won't be going away empty-handed. You'll have your car full of products, which I probably will do today as well. But so, vast amount of stock, guys. So another reason why I use Model Shop Leeds is not only because that friendly advice, but because stuff is in stock and stuff is available, and they'll do their very best to get it out to you extremely quickly. So they have up to 3 to 4 different people picking products every morning, getting them packaged up and sent out. So if you are buying online, make sure you select that right delivery option to make sure you get your product in time. Okay, thanks Will for that, really appreciate it.
It's all right.
Right, Tim, let's carry on looking around.
Right. So you wanted to go sort of...
Should we go upstairs first?
Yeah, I think...
Right guys, so Tim's going to take us upstairs. This is over multiple floors. So this is where we came in.
Yep.
So coming upstairs, Tim, what do we have up here?
Right, okay, so we've got the sort of lighter weight models at the under 250 grams.
Yep, so the
things
FMS there.
They can come along with and fly without worrying about sort of having to go in line with the civil aviation roll-ins at the moment.
Yeah.
So that allows them to sort of dip the toes in there without...
So
particularly
good
the youngsters and things.
Entry point for youngsters there.
Indeed.
So again, catering for...
The advice would always still, if they've got an interest, would be to go along to a club and things. However, you know, these fit into the under 250 grams, and therefore you don't need to be registration as such.
Yeah.
So,
and then I know behind you there's a whole bunch of Airfix, which are very, very popular.
They are.
Let's walk and talk. So,
our plastic kit man, Alan.
There's Alan, who's one of the experts, aka Plastic Man from now on, guys. So make sure you come in and ask to talk to Plastic Man.
Don't let that stick.
But look at these. I mean, what do we have here? Let's look at some of these.
Yeah, okay. So we're going through from tanks, and then of course everything's a little bit indispersed because the space is obviously at a premium.
Yeah.
So we go through with it. Generally speaking, down this end tends to be tanks and armour. So it's all armour and
wow.
sort of ground forces, shall we say.
We'll go back through there.
Yeah.
I'm going to go through the back wall.
And then we've got the model sort of sailing ships, you know, the historic sailing ships. So we cover that section down on the floor and up the wall, obviously.
It's floor to ceiling.
Yeah. And then, of course, we've got the plastic kit sailing boat.
Oh, yeah, on the left-hand side.
Here, so the traditional Tamiya-type battleships and more.
And I saw some of these rather large. What scale are these? 1/16 scale?
16th.
Tanks?
But some of them are 16th scale, but they're non-motorised, so in effect, some come with interior, so they're very, very detailed.
So very detailed, static model.
Indeed.
See, that appeals to me. It just appeals to me doing something different and building a tank. I mean, I do want one of the big armour tech.
I mean, some come with removable panels that you can take out, and you'll be able to see kind of, you know, the workings of such.
There are literally hundreds and hundreds.
They are indeed.
I'm just going to scroll down, move on down.
So we sort of go a little bits of sort of railway armour and things like that.
I'm sure, guys, if you're watching this, you've probably seen a bunch of products already. It's just great to, I'm just really enjoying looking at everything.
The problem is at the end of the day, you end up where space becomes a premium and everything's sort of tucked in. And but I think in a way that kind of makes it interesting for whoever comes in as well. It's a bit of a mystery to it as well. I think you know.
Yeah, I think it's nice though. I think, you know, coming to a store where you can spend an hour.
Some of the chase.
Yeah.
and then we come to the classic sort of Tamiya aircraft kits. Yeah.
Have the Mosquito there, yeah. Very, very classic.
Yeah.
So definitely, I mean, I'm going to say it again, there's something for all in Model Shop Leeds. There's something for every aspect, every discipline, and also people who are, you know, aren't traditional modelers as well. They, you know, come in and have a look, because I believe we said earlier on, the plastic kits are extremely popular, hence the stock.
I mean, the good bit is in a lot of instances, particularly as well, because the staff that we have sort of different backgrounds. Like we said before, Alan, you came at it from
I was a customer.
Customer. Plastic kit point of view.
And I was like, I'm in heaven here.
Yeah, I think actually, so there's 10 staff here at Model Shop Leeds. I think some of them are ex-customers, or still customers as well. But you know, they walked in one day, and some 30 years later, they're still here.
It's one of those things, and I think because you've always got a sort of lifelong interest in the product and the hobby itself, and I think that works because it shows a sort of enthusiasm for something. It's a shared enthusiasm with the customer, perhaps, as well.
Yeah.
And an understanding. You understand where the customer's problems come, and perhaps sometimes you'll be able to offer advice. Sometimes you can't, and you have to seek further advice. But this is the sort of thing, as you mentioned earlier, that you kind of don't get online.
Yeah.
You haven't got that. What do you think? And
yeah,
you know, there's no
conversation point.
Yeah, but.
There's a place for always. There's definitely a place for online orders.
There is.
And getting hold of something quickly, but there's also a place for coming in, getting advice, talking to people. It's one of the things I've noticed through social media is the amount of questions and comments I get on videos asking me follow-up questions. I don't always know the answer, and I'll say if I don't know the answer, I'll point me in the right direction. But it's great to be able to have that conversation point. I think we're missing that with online orders. But I'm going to carry on taking us around if that's okay.
So yeah, we've been in here, we've got a few tools for this, is particularly for the guys who build the ship, plank benders, all that type of thing. So this is the model shipwrights type things. We've then got some of the sort of interesting things where there are extra details for some of the kits that we sell, the sort of detail up parts and all this type of thing, metal gun barrels and all sorts of little extras that we can.
Just that detailing part for plastic models.
So if they want to enhance the model, they can make it special and
really customise it. Which
detail I always look for. You know, if I want to put an engine into a tank and it's open, you want to make a diorama. Yeah. And those are the sort of little things, the photo etch sort of things. That's
nice. An extra detail.
That detail.
I have got this on my wish list. I do want to build a tank at some point, but maybe I should start with something small rather than going straight into the deep end. But yeah, great. It's great. It's here, and great. We've got a plastic man on site. I'm so sorry about that. That's going to see.
We're into the airbrush. Then we're into the airbrush section, so we sort of go right from the real entry level, sort of very very basic airbrushes, through to what will be quite reasonably expensive, but high end sets as well. So we cover off all sort of levels really.
Great to see, including the compressors down the bottom as well.
Compressors at the bottom, indeed, different types. And obviously, the smaller type stuff, we've got the cleaning things, we've got the airbrush propellants, sandblasting guns, cleaning kits, and on and on and on.
It's definitely floor to ceiling. I'm going to carry on going through. So there's some of the other kits we spoke about early on. But I'm going to come up to this glass room behind me.
Indeed.
Have a look through the glass panel.
Yep.
So what have we got back here?
So we've got a relatively small percentage of them. We have model kits, as in model aircraft, RC model aircraft kits. So we've got the multiplex stuff, Aeronauts, Unusual Balsa USA. I think we're the only ones in the country who are importing those at the moment.
Yep.
We've got some of the Robbie stuff, Pitchler, a very varied selection of some ARTF, some are just, a traditional box of balsa wood.
Yeah.
And you go along and build it. We've got the local
twigs and sticks.
Yeah, we've got the local sort of angel wings things.
Something that caught my eye when we looked around is Chris Foss.
Chris Foss,
so you've got the actual kits, not the foam. We've got the Acrobot, absolute classic. I used to fly them almost 35 years ago. Watt 4, middle phase 6 gliders there.
Still popular and still very, very good club models.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah, you see them at every club.
They're tough models. They serve the test of time.
Yeah, I completely agree. Yeah. Great designs and great fun models. All right, let's carry on walking around. More kits hanging up here, more planes.
Then we come round.
Yeah, take us down the back wall here.
Right, so we've got plastic kits again. We've got vehicles predominantly. So we're looking at some model cars, motorbikes, wagons, trucks. And on the top, we've got the smaller 250-gram warbirds.
Oh yeah, look at those! Wow. So if I can get the camera right up high, it's always floor to ceiling, isn't it?
It is.
Everything is floor to ceiling. I love it.
It is.
There's got to be a couple of hundred boxes just on this one section here in the shot at the moment.
I'll just come out your way.
Yeah. I'm just going to pick up on this as well, because I saw this
the
earlier on. Yeah. This is an absolutely great idea, guys. So I don't know if I can go back to the main screen here.
Yeah, that's right.
So this is a price checker. So because it's obviously difficult labelling up every single box with a relevant price in it, any customer can come along, use the barcode scanner on the right-hand side, scan the box, and instantly that product will appear on the screen and tell you what price it is. I love it. I love using technology like this, and you can see why with over 18,000 products
which we have in stock here.
In stock in this premise.
Indeed. Indeed.
As you were, Karen taking us down.
Yeah. So as we said, we're moving sort of, we've got rally cars, race cars, again, the classic sort of modern and historic rally cars in, I think they are 24th scale. Same sort of thing. So all this involves, the classic Formula One cars, and these are absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, look at that.
Traditional sort of. Yeah,
very nice.
But basically, that's and then we move. If we turn around, we've got the sort of 1/72nd scale cavalry, etc. So more historic. The sort of French and even back to the Vikings, to be honest.
Wow. You haven't just got one box or two boxes or three boxes. We've got a few. No, there's like 50 odd just going on here.
There's a few, and then we have the sort of, shall we say, snap together.
Okay.
Almost brick type kits, for want of a better word.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we have those, and we've got. So we try and cater for quite a wide variety, because you've also got local people who are going to come in who just want something for the kids to do or whatever.
I guess with summer holidays just starting as well.
Yeah, indeed.
I think I've said this before on my channel, but getting children into a hobby is always a very positive thing.
It is a good thing.
Obviously, I'm going to be biased and say a radio-controlled hobby or building stuff.
I think they develop their skills as well.
Yeah.
I think from a point of view of like what would be effectively be the almost STEM type stuff.
Completely agree.
Yeah.
Lots of skills.
You're learning. The thing is, you're learning bits about technology, and you're also learning traditional craftsmanship in a way.
You are. And talking of which, just notice this shelf behind you, because this is where I started in the hobby by building rubber-powered models. As a matter of fact, it was indeed Killcraft kits. And I actually love the fact you've got Killcraft in stock and you've got an Ajax, because this is what I built probably when I was about 8 or 9 years old, 10 years old, was Ajax, and on the right hand side the Killcraft Ace. And also, sorry, something that just caught my eye as well is this Hypercub. So I had one of these as a child.
Yeah.
Do you want to just grab that so we can have a look at it?
Yep.
Hypercub kit, and this is made by DPR Models, is it?
It is indeed. So it's still a traditional sort of kit.
So again, great that they're here, great they're in stock.
It's sort of a built-up wing, bits of balsa wood and tissue covering, and so you learn to sort of build a traditional model.
Yes, I definitely recommend that. Yeah. And I'm going to pick up one of these for my buddy as well. So Nick, if you are watching, I know you watch my content, you'll be getting one of these today. The original Chucky that we both used to throw around the park, probably, I don't know, age 10 or 11, which led a very slippery slope into radio-controlled aircraft. So we'll get a couple of those on the way out the door. But yeah, I mean, look at all that.
Again, this tends to be the sort of free flight, rubber band powered aircraft, and traditional Willows, American kits. Have been around a long, long time.
Great to see. Yeah. And you're talking earlier on as well, when we're downstairs, about the other different types of things you're trying out at the moment. And this might not come out very well because of the light in the background, but these different, how do you refer to these, plywoods? Yeah,
they're effectively a laser cut plywood kit that just almost locks together. But in a lot of instances, they can actually be motored. They're motorised so they can actually see the internals moving. So like the train, for example, will turn its wheels. There's a special track with rollers on that allows it to operate as per the clock. So they do actually have function as well as you know, the sort of the build and the technological side of it.
So it's just appealing to that different audience.
It is. It's a different audience, as we've said. We tend to find that different people will come in. We cover all aspects of hobbies really, because you never know what people are going to ask for. I mean, the book ends, as daft as it sounds. They're basically 3D cut pieces of wood, card, and paper, and they illuminate. The idea being you stack your books between them and put them either end like you would have on a bookshelf.
Very cool.
It's really cute, but you know, again, very popular.
Just get a different customer in here.
Yeah, very popular.
And over your right shoulder, I've just noticed a good supply of balsa as well.
Yeah,
I know there's a lot more being stocked up.
You'll probably see more of that later, but
yeah.
But yeah, that's when we're not. Actually, the shelves aren't filled up at the moment. That's one of the things we need to cover. But yeah, we hold a fair amount of raw materials for creating your own models.
And that's good. So I know from my own experience of restoring some models, getting back into balsa. Sometimes balsa can be very difficult to get hold of, and some shops and online stores don't ship balsa.
No, we do ship. We ship balsa, no problem at all. As far as shipping's concerned, no issue shipping balsa. We ship plywood sheets right up to sort of, in old money, 2 foot by 4 foot sheets.
Yep.
Or in new money, I suppose 600 by 1200.
I'll take your word for that.
Yeah, something
I'm
like that.
I'm still in old money.
A bit of an old money man myself. We've got the traditional engine bearers, plywood in various sizes. We've got a beechian sheet, spruce in sheet, bits of bamboo, and then you come across. We've got the various types of wood with bits of beech, mahogany, and that's in sort of for the boat builders, etc. And then also along the wood, we also have a supply of various sections of lime. So we do lime, we do mahogany, we do walnut. So the traditional shipbuilders who want them to be accurate.
Yep.
So yeah, they've got the materials for doing that in various sizes. So that kind of.
I'm learning stuff all the time here. I didn't realise this was available.
Yes. Indeed.
All right, let's carry on going through. Here's some more of those wooden kits
at the back,
we saw.
Yep. So these are the ones you've just seen in the window. These are the flat pack kits, which will, with a little bit of work, will turn into those.
Yeah.
Yeah. As you can see, we've quite a selection of them.
Yeah, I can see how they will be appealing. I mean, really, as always, guys, you can't just have one of a product. You've got to have multiple products, multiple variations when it comes to running a model shop like this. Absolutely great. Okay, where should we go next?
Right, we'll go back downstairs. We'll have a
awesome.
further. So on the way down, we've got the model rocket.
Right, so I didn't even notice those on the way up.
Rocketry. And obviously the sort of bits and bats of model excavators, etc. K&S materials stand for all the brass sections, copper, aluminium, tinned, so you can make your own tin tanks. Some of the plastic sheet for the scratch building.
It's whatever broke.
Again, plastic sections, so you can pick a plastic section that's particularly. So we've quite a few lines of different, for the V-groove roofing and all that type of thing. Display of a few of the cars we have available, just to give people a flavour of what we keep in, along with a couple of helicopters.
Lots of real flight down there as well. Good to see.
At the moment, we've got the simulator set up as well.
Yeah, I did have a go on that, but let's have a look at this display as well, because I really like this. Great job, guys. Nice display there with the AstroTurf at the bottom. Models out.
They say run it on Forest. Yeah.
And back round to Real Flight Simulator. Real Flight is a simulator that I have. That's on my channel as well. Link will be down below. Must admit, I don't use it a great deal, but I don't have time, but it's more of a winter thing for me. And even more models down here.
So there are a few tools, obviously the magazines. We've got
oh yeah, magazines on the
magazines
upper shelf there.
Indeed.
And
then once again we've been dispersed with a few more metals.
I was talking about these earlier on as well. The lunchbox. We get one of these down.
Indeed, yeah, of course.
So for me, again, going back to my childhood,
Yep.
I started with cars, again with my buddy Nick, and we had a lot of Tamiya cars, Tamiya lunchbox. I want to say Dragon, I want to say Midnight Pumpkin, a few others, and they've kind of brought them all back, haven't they?
They have indeed. They're still pretty much the same, Matt, apart from now you tend to get the electronic speed controller.
Yeah, that's right.
Rather than the wiper board.
The wiper board, yeah, the metal one.
So yeah, it's
There's a big
still
resistor at the back.
If I could actually get the box open, he says.
No, we'll run it on Florence.
Pick one what's easier next time, perhaps. So yeah, still a
classic,
traditional.
absolutely classic. Look
Indeed.
at that.
Indeed.
Love it.
Yep.
God, I remember these used to, in my mind, these used to be absolutely huge. I guess back then I was just a kid.
You tend to find for someone who's wanting to get into this, particularly for perhaps, that father-son type thing, because generally speaking, because they've been out so long, dads will remember actually having one.
Yep.
It now means son can enjoy that experience as well, and they get to spend the time together, putting it together.
And of course, you actually build these, don't you? You
Indeed.
screw it all together, you get all the plastic parts.
Yeah, it is.
Out here, you build all the shock absorbers.
You do.
You can paint the kit as well.
All you
There we go, yeah.
assemble and put together.
So yeah, nice project for father and son. And really reasonable price as well. Really
They are.
reasonable price. Vast amount of products along the back wall there as well, Tim.
Indeed. So generally speaking, across the back we've got a massive array of adhesives and model products for finishing and building and finishing, basically. So we do the pretty much deluxe materials, the Pacer Zap adhesives. We also do Bob Smith Industries. Got various odd things from the fillers and things coming from Pitchler.
Yep.
And then on the back wall, obviously, we've got the Overlander
Overlander
lipos. Indeed. So yeah, it's a very eclectic mix of products. But
sorry, the plane hanging upside down, they just caught my eye. I hadn't seen that yet. It's just, you look around in this shop and there's stuff that always
things
catches
keep
your
jumping
eye.
out at you.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Okay, well, perhaps what we'll do is we'll take a moment to stop and talk about the history of the shop,
Yeah.
if that's okay, Tim, and then have a look behind the scenes.
Okay. No worries at all.
Let's do that.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, so I've grabbed Andy, who's been with Model Shop Leeds for how long, Andy?
36 years.
36
Man and boy.
years.
Yeah.
Wow, for 36 years. So Andy's going to talk to us a little bit about the history of Model Shop Leeds, because as we've said already, coming up to a very special anniversary in just a couple of days' time.
70 years.
70 years. So just let that soak in for just a minute. 70 years in this building. I know we'll talk about how it's changed, but in business for 70 years.
Yeah.
You've been here for 36 years, so just over half of that.
Indeed.
And actually, I don't know any other model shop in the country that's been in business for 70 years. So guys, if you do know any other model shop, please put a comment down below and correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure this is quite possibly the longest going model shop in the whole of the UK.
It could well be.
Yeah, feels like it.
I'm not entirely certain if we are the oldest model shop, but
So
maybe.
how did it all start? I mean, what 70 years ago? You weren't here, but how did it start?
70 years ago, it started with Roland and Elsie Sherwood. They opened a paper shop.
Right, okay.
On the advice of Elsie's boss. She was working in an office at the time. And so they did. And Roland was a modeller.
Yeah.
And he wanted to sell some modelling gear.
Okay.
So he had some Keelcraft kits in and some Airfix models and...
So it was literally, and that was in the other half of the shop, wasn't it? So
yeah,
it was
just a little area which...
newspapers,
slowly grew.
cigarettes, and Airfix
sweets.
kits. Sweets
Yeah.
and Airfix kits.
And it was just after the war, and you could sell anything you could buy because everything was in such short supply.
Yeah.
Rationing was just ending, and you were starting to be able to get things like plastic kits, And so anything he bought, he sold. Never had any trouble.
Wow.
So that's
amazing. Airfix kits. So we've seen like a vast array of Airfix kits upstairs, plastic kits upstairs, didn't we? Where there's just so many in stock. So what happened? What happened from there? Because obviously that was 70 years ago. How it started, newspaper shop, Airfix kits, and that started to grow.
That started to grow, and he was Roland was a flyer, a model RC model flyer, and some of the guys that he was flying with would be encouraging him to get some stuff in. Can you get these in? You want to be stocking these? And some of those guys still come in the shop now. There's 2 or 3 that I can think of that still come in, and they're in their 80s and 90s of course now, and they just grew from there. So on and on from there.
So basically, buddies down the flying field asking for different products, to come in, stock it, and just grew and grew and grew.
Grew and grew until in the 70s when Martin, Roland's son, took the major role in the business, and he saw that it could go further, and he built an extension on the shop and made a separate part for the RC stuff, and it included cars as well as aircraft and boats.
So it started growing and growing and growing. So it really is a generational, 3 generations, I believe, because we have Roland, and we have Roland's son Martin, then Martin's son Will.
Indeed.
Has also been in the business now for about the last 6-7 years, I understand.
Yeah, full time since he finished university. Yeah.
Wow, and the shop has more than doubled in size. So from the newspaper shop, which was the other side, and I've shown a photograph of that, we're now in a different shop, but it's obviously all knocked through, and there's been an extension out the back, and there's also additional storage out the back as well. I've just been amazed, and we're going to have a look behind the scenes after this as well at all this extra storage that's there, and just the vast amount of product that is in stock. And I think that's what's really blown me away, is just how many bits and bobs and things, not only just bits and bobs, but big kits as well, and boxes and everything that I could possibly want.
The stuff is just ridiculous.
I've already said it's a shame I don't live a little bit closer, because 4.5 hours to commute to work would be quite a little bit too far for me, but I definitely, I definitely see why some of your staff were customers and then got a job here and carried on working.
That's how I started. I was a customer at the time, so this was the only place that you could buy helicopter spares local to me. It was like 10 miles away. So I used to come here for helicopters, and I was seen as somebody that was getting on with it and not asking stupid questions. And so I was offered a Saturday job.
Excellent.
And then before I started the Saturday job, the lad that was working here full time, he packed in, and so I was offered his full time job, which I took.
So
never looked back.
No, wow, brilliant. That's 6 years. I think that's absolutely great. But that's what some of it's about, isn't it? And we've discussed this already on the video, is about being able to come somewhere and ask what some people deem as stupid questions. But I've always said no question is a stupid question when you're learning. And you want to be able to come somewhere where it's got people that are passionate about the hobby. They may not know the answers, but they're able to help find out the answers. And we're talking about transmitters earlier on, the importance of being able to come in and talk about, I want to change my transmitter, I want to touch it, I want to feel the weight of it, I want to look at the software, how it works. But there's all sorts of other aspects around us that are like that as well. And here, I've already had feedback. I've been posting on Facebook over the last couple of days that I was coming here, and people on Facebook have been saying, great guys, always prepared to give you time, always prepared to talk to you, always prepared to answer your questions. So you get a lot of that, do you, from people coming in and also online?
Yeah, sure. I mean, that's one of the key things to having a real bricks and mortar shop rather than just an online presence, is you can come in and get the advice from people that have been doing it for years and they've seen all this stuff before.
Yeah.
So you can put your boat, your aircraft, or whatever problem you've faced on the counter, and we can look at it and come up with a solution.
Yeah, and we've seen that today. I've seen that while I've been here. I mean, the shop is busy right now. From the minute the door was open at 10 o'clock this morning, there was people in the shop. I've been here, it's almost 1 o'clock now, I've been here all this time. and there's still people in the shop. There's a good footfall coming through, and people are bringing in their boat, their equipment, and they are putting it on the counter and asking. There's a gentleman in earlier on with a radio controlled boat and asking a particular question about what may be wrong with it, I believe.
Yeah. And that's what we'd suggest to anybody that's ringing with a question or emailing with a question. If you're local, bring it in.
Yeah.
Let's have a look.
Great. So
Sort you out.
let's recap on that history then. So I love it. I love the story. So basically, it started by Roland and his wife as a newspaper agents, adding in those plastic kits, adding in accessories and parts that the buddies wanted down the flying field. Brought in his son, who then expanded it, developed the business further, and then we've also got the third generation with Will here as well. So is it then Will's turn now to, if he has children at the moment, but have children, bring his children into the business as well?
Hopefully, yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm manager of the shop at the moment, whereas Martin's the owner. So hopefully William will take the cudgel and
take the reins.
And deal with that. He's doing a good job.
Yeah, I must admit, Will, I've said this already, but Will's been very good to me. So Model Shop Leeds were probably the first company that reached out to me as a social media person. I don't really call myself a social media person, but they saw I was doing videos. They reached out to me and said, would like to do a review. I'd already bought some stuff from them. And that was the review of the Robbie Air Trainer, which is linked down below in this video, which is a really good trainer. First time I've had my hands on a trainer for many, many years. And then we've always stayed in contact, and they've always helped me out with some Cavan stuff, some other bits and pieces. But if I go before that though, when I was just a customer, and I think I've already said this, so sorry if I'm repeating myself, but what actually took me back is I did an online order. I did what we all do. We all tend to just Google and try and find that cheap price. And I did that and I found something. I landed up on Model Shop Leeds, and I'll be honest to admit that. I put my order in, and the next day something odd happened. I actually got a phone call from Model Shop Leeds explaining to me the item I've ordered wasn't in stock and it's very hard to get hold of now, but there's an exact equivalent item there, exactly the same, with exactly the same specifications, and went through all the motor specifications for me of this item and explained it. So he took his time to proactively order me and spend 10-15 minutes on the phone with me. And actually that equipment is about to go into model. It was 3.5 years ago and I've not built it. About to go into model very shortly, and that's my Summit 3 retro pattern restoration that I'm doing at the moment. So I like that. I like the customer service, and maybe I'm old school, but I think people do like that. In fact, you're getting on the phone, helping people, talking to people, which you don't traditionally get when you just go to any old website out there. So I'm going to have a little tiny, not rants, but little tiny rants. He's going to call it a rant at the moment. I think really as modelers, we're too quick to get online and just go and order the cheapest thing from no matter where it is, just wait for it to come through, and it may not be right. I think what we need to be doing is really supporting our model shops more, because they're disappearing. Let's be honest with you, those of you that have been in the hobby for quite some time, there's no longer model shops on the high street. I can think of a bunch of model shops around me that are now closed, and there's less and less model shops around. And you see the amount of effort and energy that's gone into running this business. There's 10 staff behind the scenes at Model Shop Leeds. The premise is absolutely massive. I think we had 19,000 products in stock in the premise right now. So what I'd love to do is just cry out to everybody that watches this, let's do our best to support our local model shop, and especially Model Shop Leeds.
I couldn't come up with a better sentiment.
Yeah, because you will get a great price. I know we need a great price. I know if everyone's feeling the pinch on their wallets, you get the customer service as well. You can get very quick delivery of items. That's the other challenge you have, isn't it? When I have made that buying decision and I want to buy something, I'm a little bit impatient and I kind of want it the next day.
Now would be better.
Yeah, I want it now. Yeah, what can I take with me?
Next day. Next day is not a problem.
But again, Model Shop Leeds can do all of it. So please, guys, you haven't done already, website to Model Shop Leeds is down below. Please go ahead and check it out and tell your buddies about it as well. Cool.
Thank you
very much for your time.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Nice to speak to you. Cheers.
Okay, Tim, so is it okay if we take a look behind the scenes?
Why not, Matt? Come on, let's
do it.
Let's
Thank
go
you.
there. Let's do this.
Okay, Tim, so what's behind this door?
Right, so we've got all the stock that we hold it's not customer facing. Obviously, we don't, this is not a customer access, so they normally not get to see this.
Okay, so this is really.
But this is the stock that's held behind. That's
yeah, it's almost like a storeroom, guys. So this is
indeed
where customers normally get to go, but we just wanted to show you the fact that there's just so much stock in, and all nicely labelled as well there. So we've got glues here, Zap, epoxy, finishing resin, more super glues.
If you imagine that the bigger percentage of the business is actually online,
yeah.
So ultimately, for us, picking in the morning, get the orders is important, and we know what's in one box and where it is, so it's easier to pick. So it makes it a lot easier for us. So this is Pacer glues. You've got the other type of stuff down there, tight bond, a few JB Weld stuff. So I know, and then it comes onto a second row of racking. Deluxe materials, top couple of shelves, Bob Smith Industries. We've got fuel containers, we've got Balsa USA guns and cowls and covering and Spandau and various gun kits. We have bat safes to keep your batteries safe in for your lipos, obviously, so we don't cause any fires. We have fairly big stocks of the sort of David planes, yes, we've got quite a stock of those and the associated blades.
And I also see on your website as well, and up the top there, some of the Proxon tools.
We have. It's just a relatively new thing for us, these Proxon tools, but they're very good quality. And I think they were, you know, they do work. They're very, very good, and they do what they say on the tin, basically. So they're not sort of gimmicky. It's just a well-built tool that does its job.
And again, guys, I have a review of one of my earlier reviews of one of the Proxon tools, which I'll link down below. So we have yet another door, and what's back here, Tim?
So as you can see, Matt, or you will be able to do, we hold quite extensive stocks of glow fuel.
Wow.
So we've got quite a few.
So still a lot of people flying glow?
There's still a fair following for it, to be honest. Obviously some of it were on the car stuff.
Yeah.
And then we've got the laser engines, where we've got both the high oil content and the low oil content. And then, of course, the OptiFuel standard blends from the 16%, 10%, 5% straight. We've also been a Cavan agent where we also stock the Cavan fuel. Again, a different alternative, but yeah.
Excellent. And then, Tim, down this end, I can see a vast amount of balsa.
We do indeed, because our space upstairs obviously limited us to what we can stock. And so this ends up being the reserve stock, shall we say. So we go right from balsa sheet through to different profiles. We've got the packs of, or multi-packs of various sizes of ply. And then we've got bigger sheets of ply down on the base there. We also stock some of the transmitter cases and spare propellers, to be honest.
Great. So basically just another stock room, because like I said, the vast amount of the business is done online.
Yeah.
Compared to the shop front itself. So it's all about storage because of the vast amount of products you have in stock.
That's right. You've only got a limited amount of space where you can, you know, present these to the customers, so they have to be stored somewhere because of your online business.
Yeah. Cool.
So, yeah.
Perfect. Thanks for showing us.
Okay.
So Tim, we've walked into yet another storage area where I can just see there is a vast amount of different kits. So talk to us about some of the manufacturers. I can see Seagull there. Yeah,
we have Seagull, we have Black Horse. We also end up with some of the Phoenix models. We've got Hangar 9. We also do models from OMP. We have the McGregor, or should I say Pilot kit, well, ARFs. There's one visible down there and a few on the floor. We also have some of the Extreme Flight.
Yep.
And we also, obviously, once we sort of, potentially, we do also, we have the Robbie all moulded gliders.
And one thing we were talking about earlier on as well, with over the changes over the last 70 years, with lots of stuff going all ready to fly, means you have to have a lot more storage.
Correct.
Because every single box is bigger.
Exactly. It's basically already built, isn't it? So,
yeah.
So it takes up much more space. However, it has allowed, shall we say, more people to enjoy the hobby.
Yeah, so I think it's a good thing.
It is.
I think people don't realise from a supplier like yourself, from a specialist shop, that you have to have all this behind the scenes storage and investment as well, because there's a huge investment for Model Shop Leeds.
There is.
Making sure all these products are in stock so the consumer can buy extremely quickly.
That's correct.
So thank you very much for letting us have a quick look behind the scenes. I know there is more. There is more within the building. There's more that I've seen previously, but I think people are getting a bit of an idea now as to how much stock is available.
No problem, Matt. You're welcome.
Thank you. So, okay, guys, that is just about a wrap. I've had a really enjoyable day here up in Leeds with, of course, Model Shop Leeds. It's been amazing finding out about the history of the business. Absolutely amazing seeing all the products they've got in stock as well. I still can't go over 19,000 products in stock, 88,000 products available on the website. So thank you to everybody for your hospitality and your help and your friendliness. I really appreciate it. And of course, the invite coming up as well. It's been amazing. And hopefully you guys agree as well that it's been really good for you to watch this. So please check out their website, which is going to be linked down below. Let's do our best to support all UK local model shops, but of course, Model Shop Leeds, where not only are you going to get great value, great products, you're also going to get amazing customer service as well. And I can definitely say that, so I've had an amazing time today. So guys, thank you very much. Cheers.
Thank you.
Thank you.